Hello, my name is Rizando Talakirana. I'm student from Bina Nusantara University majoring in Mass Communication. So today I will present my study about doxing as a threat to digital justice, an ethnographic study of social perceptions and institutional response in Indonesian football media. So doxing has become a serious form of digital violence in Indonesia. According to SafeNet, there were 61 digital security incidents recorded in the first quarter of 2024 alone. Between 2017 and 2020, doxing case surged, targeting public figures, journalists, and even ordinary users. One notable case involved football analyst named Tommy Welly or called Bung Towel, who was doxxed after criticizing former Indonesian national football team coach Shin Tae-yong. Although doxing is regulated under Indonesian Electronic Information and Transaction or ITE, weak law enforcement and low digital literacy have exacerbated the issue. Platforms such as YouTube and Twitter often serve as arena where criticism escalates into personal attacks. Algorithmic features such as trending topics can trigger emotional response, amplifying the impact of doxing. The study used a qualitative ethnography method to examine interactions and communication patterns related to doxing case on Pemain Ke-12 YouTube channel and Detik.com Twitter account. A total of 1,747 comments were analyzed using the cyber media analysis approach to uncover media framing and public response. And Detik.com was selected for the study for its credibility as a major Indonesian news portal with wide reach and influence. And Pemain Ke-12 YouTube channel was chosen in the study due to its large subscriber base and active football community, making it a relevant platform to observe fan reaction and cultural dynamics in sports-related doxing case. So the results of this study is separate to 4 levels. The first one is media space. In Pemain Ke-12 YouTube channel, the content is more emotional with polarized comments. And in Detik.com Twitter account, the content is more factual narrative that triggered more reflective discussion. In media archive level, in Pemain Ke-12 YouTube channel, the content using dramatic framing with pro-doxing comments labeling it as a social karma, while in Detik.com Twitter account, the content is more neutral presentation that encourage the discussion on digital ethics. In media object level, in Pemain Ke-12 YouTube channel, the total comments that collect is 1,135 comments, with 98% justified doxing as a consequence of criticism. 2% oppose it with arguments on freedom of expression. In Detik.com Twitter account, the total comment that collect is 612 comments, with 97% support doxing as a public responsibility. 3% emphasize digital privacy protection. In experience level, the person that in pro Bung Towel view doxing as a violation of human rights and digital intolerance, while the anti-Bung Towel said that believe his criticism was provocative and therefore Bung Towel deserved to be doxing. So the study reveals how platform dynamics and emotional framing on YouTube and Twitter normalize doxing against Bung Towel, with polarized audience justifying it as a digital karma. The analysis demonstrates that media framing, emotional tone, and group fanatism heavily influence public discourse, driving user reaction based more on loyalty and emotion than ethical reasoning. This pattern reflects deeper cultural conflicts surrounding free speech, digital ethics, and group alliance in online space, highlighting an urgent need for comprehensive digital literacy and civic education initiative. To foster healthier digital environment, the finding emphasized the necessity of collaborative efforts among media institutions, civil society organization, and educational system to promote ethical online participation and combat digital violence. Finally, the study underscores how digital platforms don't merely host content but actively shape social norms and conflict. So that's for my study. Thank you for listening.